Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
And we're
Eastside Vibes. New
Oh,
location.
Yeah, well, not really. We've been here.
That's true, but a different set today.
Yeah, than last week.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this week I thought we would cover something that so it's an artist that I've been seeing go viral on TikTok recently.
Okay.
If you say that you don't get your music on your TikTok, like for me, it's like this is like this, the single that like drew me to this album has been everywhere. It's all I saw for like 2 weeks.
I think you'll have to show me like how to get somewhere on TikTok that'll get music, because obviously what I follow
It's just people
has
like
nothing
dancing
with
and
music.
stuff,
Yeah.
like to songs. But anyway, and when I saw this song going viral, I thought I recognized the name of the artist.
Oh, okay.
So I like went back and found that I like had like listened to a couple songs by them like several years ago, and this song that went viral is "Love Me Not." I'm assuming if you're on TikTok and you're around my age or younger, I don't know how you haven't come across this. And the artist is Lenae'S. And I think when I saw this name, Lenae'S, I associated her with like K Tronada and like kind of like groovy like R&B like house music. And this album or this EP, this does not have any of that.
No, she's a neo soul singer with R&B.
Well,
and she's not compared to, but when you like type in that like neo soul singers with R&B, people like Lauryn Hill came up, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, and I was like, I can see how that's together.
There is actually a couple artists that I'll compare to later that we're a little different than that.
Okay.
But no, what I'm saying is though, like when I think she used to make a different style of music.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying. Because when I like saw this name, I associated her with like a kind of like more like housey style of music. Okay. But then I listened to this, and it doesn't really have any of that.
Okay.
And so she must have changed. And I like went back and found a couple songs by her from like maybe like 7 or 8 years ago that had that sound.
Okay.
And then she also like posted one on TikTok recently that was like from several years ago. So I was right, because when I heard this, I'm like, this isn't like is this the same artist? And it is.
So.
But she obviously changed her
Would you
sound.
compare it to something like Panama, being like a Panamanian type music?
No.
Because her uncle sang for a doo-wop group there, and then she has a cousin, what's her name again? Janelle Davidson, who is in the U.S. She's a singer, songwriter, and actress.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know that,
and she's from Panama too. So.
No, yeah, but no, I mean I wouldn't associate anything with that style.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
But obviously she has or she's been around like music for a long time then.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember hearing, and this is another reason why I think she was doing like the house stuff.
Okay.
I remember knowing she was from Chicago.
Yes.
And if you didn't know this, house music was actually started in Chicago.
Didn't know that.
A lot of people associate it, especially around my age, they think it's like European. And you would think of like, when you think for you might think of like Calvin Harris or like Zed or artists you may have heard of. And they're European, they're not American.
I didn't know that. Calvin Harris is an American?
Yeah, he's like Welsh or something.
Oh, had no idea.
And then Zed's like French or something.
Okay, yeah.
Most people would associate it with non-American music, but it was actually started in Chicago.
Interesting.
So there's a little like fact for you, fact for people if you didn't know.
Well, you were talking, just to kind of go before that, you were talking about how she's been around music a long time.
Yeah.
She actually started like singing in her church choir when she was little.
Yeah, that's
and then
pretty common.
she graduated from the is it Chicago High School of the Arts. That's where she graduated from. And while she was there, she focused on what did I tell you? It was classical training.
Yeah. Well, there's actually like other pretty popular Chicago musicians who like make like different music who also went to that school.
Yeah, they just
and
must
around
have,
the same time.
Yeah.
it's like funny because there's like a rapper who's going viral right now. His name is Adam Killa, and he's known her since high school because he also from the South Side, and like they went to the same high school, and they
That's
make
funny.
completely different styles of music.
Right. Well, I would assume if it's a school of the arts, they're going to have classical music. They're going to have all these different kinds
Well, I mean,
of music
she doesn't
classes.
make classical music
No,
now.
but that's what she was trained in when she went to high school.
Well, they probably all were.
Possibly, or he may have. I don't know.
But,
Depends on what the classes were.
But I don't know. I just found that like interesting and funny that like. So I saw like a video of them together, and they look like they're really good friends. And if you see him, he has like face tats and like all that. He doesn't seem like he would be hanging out with her. and it's like he's like, yeah, I've known her for like literally 15 years.
That's cool.
But so anyway, the name of the album that we're doing is called Bird's Eye, and it came out last year. This obviously isn't like on the level of like a Chapel Roan.
No.
But like her, like the way this album became popular reminded me of that.
Okay.
Because
had Chapel Roan done anything before that, like singles or stuff like that?
Yeah, we went over that.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
So I know
she had been making Chapel Roan like half of almost every song on that album had been released like several years before that.
Wow. Well, with her, this is just I can't remember how many they said she has. She works with, she's made EPs through Atlanta Records, is where she's signed to.
Well, yeah.
But what I thought was interesting is that in order to get her very first professional studio session, she had to work really hard, and she worked at a School of Arts camp in order to be able to do that. And for me, I think that's great. Like, it wasn't handed to her, or there was no kind of nepotism or anything. She had to work hard to be able to pay to get that session.
Well, one thing that is interesting is, like I mentioned before, she was definitely making a different style of music in the past.
Okay.
And she had changed to this, but still this style of music in this album, which we'll go over. But still, this didn't become popular when it came out.
Okay.
I think it was released through Atlantic, but like the reason why I was comparing it to Chapel Roan is because Chapel Roan, those songs had come out a couple years earlier, and even the album, I remember, had been released in 2023.
Right.
But she became popular in the summer of 2024.
Got you.
And this single came out well over a year before it went viral.
Oh, wow.
This album came out in August of 2024. That's over a year ago.
Yeah. Not to compare their voices, because they are very different, but they both have very poetic lyrics, both of them. She's known for being a very poetic lyricist, but I guess when you listen to Chapel Roan, she's got good.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
all music is.
I wasn't trying to compare
poetry.
their music at all.
Yeah, I
didn't
think you were. I was just saying that when I think back, though, they both kind of. But all poems become music.
Yeah, I just found that. I really.
The timeline.
I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one reason why, before we get into the album, that's one reason why I really like the way TikTok can help artists, basically, because, to be honest, I guess maybe I should have looked into it. I don't know why this went viral in the way that it did.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's just randoms. People make dances to these songs, and they go. Someone must have heard this who's popular, made a dance, and the dance went viral, and then
the song went viral.
The song went viral, but then the album kind of went viral.
That's great.
And she made a TikTok when it started to go viral. She's like, it's funny that I made the song of the summer for 2025 over a year ago. Yeah, which is true.
That is funny.
But so anyway, like I said, the name of this album is Bird's Eye. Came out in August of last year, and ever since I listened to Love Me Not, I got I was I really like this.
Good.
I want to see what else she can do.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to review it. And Love Me Not aside, we're actually not really going to talk about that song because
Well, we're gonna.
most
A
people,
little bit.
if you're clicked on this, I'm sure you've heard that song. And if you only have heard that song, I hope this will get you to listen to the rest of the album. But the first song that, or I
Like
should,
always.
yeah, like always, we're gonna talk about some of our favorite tracks and then like go over some overall thoughts about the album at the end. And the first song that we picked is one of my picks, and it's Genius. It's the first song on the album, and Genius. So when I like first like heard this song and first heard this beat, I don't think you would know this song, but maybe someone who's watching this might know this. There's this song by this artist called Yacht, and it's called Psychic City.
Don't know it.
It's from like the early to mid 2000s.
Okay.
And it's like this like groovy like synth pop song
Okay.
with like a beat that like is kind of like upbeat and like chill at the same time.
I listened to that song several times actually because I
Yeah.
liked the beat of it.
It's like upbeat and poppy, but also like kind of relaxing. And the instrumental or the melody has a very like warm feeling, which fits her vocals because her vocals are like very like soft and like delicate.
Ethereal, they call it.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
ethereal or ethereal?
I think you can pronounce it both ways.
Okay.
But yeah, and like this instrumental I feel like really fits that sound, and she could honestly make a whole album in my opinion that would just like instrumentals like this.
Yeah.
Which this instrumental isn't like that far off from Love Me Not, so like I guess that like would check out. And yeah, I just really like how like breathy her voice is on this melody,
Very breathy.
because it like makes the album start like, it gives like the album like this upbeat but also like relaxing like mode like to start it off.
Even when she's talking about relationships, which all albums do, her voice doesn't make it sound as terrible as what like maybe the lyrics are. You know, you listen to some of our other artists and it's just like Billie Eilish. You can just tell she's, you know, like falling apart.
Well,
I think she's just got a
maybe,
different tone to her.
Maybe she's not as like distraught.
It could be. It
Like,
could be.
you
Yeah.
know, she doesn't care as much. But
That
yeah.
actually comes up in a song.
So that's Genius. The second song we picked was my other pick. It's One Wish with Childish Gambino. And so when I first heard this, there's this song, it's called, I don't think we did this album. Did we do the Anderson? No, I think we did.
What?
The Anderson Paak and
Yeah.
the Anderson Paak, like, it was Acknowledge, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, where like the producer in Anderson Paak. There was a song in that album called Walk On By.
Yes,
With
I
Earl's
remember
sweatshirt.
that. I remember that.
And this instrumental immediately made me think of that, to the
Oh,
point
wow.
where like when I listened to it, I had to like go back and make sure that it's not a sample. It's not a sample. It's
But
just
isn't
the
it
melodies.
amazing how these melodies, and then like you said, the one before from Genius was you brought you back to like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
They have to listen to these songs. They
So-
have to somehow.
Genius, for me, it was more the beat of that one. For this, it's the beat and the melody. It's so close. I might
Okay.
play it for you after that. You'll be like, I know how you thought that.
Uh-huh.
So I had to go look up and see if it was a sample, because I'm like, if it is, that's cool. But also, it doesn't sound like it's sampled. It sounds
Okay.
like it's, you know, it's
She made
recorded.
it, yeah.
So I'm like, it can't be a sample. It's not a sample of that song. It just must be inspired by it.
Okay.
But when I looked that up, I saw that she originally tried to sell this instrumental to Kanye
No.
for Donda. And it was supposed to be on Donda. There's like a Kanye version of this.
So just the instrumental, and he would put his lyrics into it.
Yeah, there's like a Kanye
my
version of that.
gosh.
When I looked it up, I was like, I wouldn't have never have come across that information
Oh
unless
my
I
gosh.
looked unless
Did a
I wasn't
deep
like
dive.
deep to figure out if this was a sample of something that I've heard.
Oh gosh,
It's
I have to
not,
listen to
but
it
she
now.
did sell it to Kanye.
I have to listen to it.
And
That's
One
funny.
Wish, you know, you mentioned how like her lyrics can have like a darker like tone than the
Mhm.
instrumental. this song is a very good example of that. Instrumental is very like warm and fuzzy, has like kind of like a reggae feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
Very relaxing, and the lyrics of this song are like pretty sad.
Yes. Well, and I mean even the title "One Wish," you know.
Well,
kinda,
I don't know if you remember what she sings about on this song, but it's she says that she's like, you called me on my birthday and I thought you were gonna come, and she says like all the candles burned down to the cake because she thought you were gonna come, and like her wish was for this person to show up, and they didn't show up, and that it must be who this whole album was about, because like we weren't really gonna cover it, but Love Me Not is basically like her saying like I want to see you and I see you everywhere, but I haven't seen you in a long time.
Gotcha.
You know, like, but I see you in everyone I look at. And she doesn't want to see you, but she wants to see him. And that's kind of how this is, too. How, like, this person, like, she expected this person to come even though she knew they weren't going to come. And it's like people probably told her, like, he's not going to come. Yeah. And then he didn't come.
And Childish Gambino's, like, part in the song is really good.
Yeah.
Like that difference in voice.
Yeah, and also he's kind of like singing from the perspective of like the guy, I think. Yeah. Like, oh, like why would you expect me to? And like this, you know, this and that.
Yeah, that was a good connection.
But yeah, so that's One Wish. And the next song we picked is Dream Girl with Ty Dolla $ign. That's one of my mom's picks.
He was shocked that I picked this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let you talk because I didn't think that you would pick this type of track.
You never know. So the instrumentals. The song is basically about her not in this relationship anymore, but also her saying, I don't need to, I can move on. I can, you know, I need to take, or what was it? I need to take the chance to do something different without worrying that what you're going to say or think about me. And so the instrumentals tell that there was a special someone in their life, just you can hear that. But the lyrics, especially with Ty Dolla $ign going in there as well, they really bring the idea of the song in, because, you know, I like to look at lyrics. So they are singing about a new embrace of a passionate connection. So something new has come along. Lyrically, it says, don't overthink it, portray a carefree attitude, embrace the moment, let go of your incertitudes, that's a good word, and experience the excitement of love and desire. So, you know, like in One Wish, we said she's really wanting to see him, but he's not being seen. Whereas in this one, she's like, I got to get over that, and I have to like start to be like, okay, I like this person. Let's go. Just stop getting over my insecurities. Jump into it, basically. That was, I think, the next set of lyrics I had, or something like that. Let's see, where was it? Oh, let go of your reservations. You don't have to use your imagination. We don't need talking. There's nothing left to say. Just give in to the temptation. So she's like, just give in to it. Whoever you are, maybe it's a one-night stand. Just give in to temptation.
Well, instrumentally, this one feels like the most modern to me. It's a little bit like trappy.
Yeah. Oh,
almost,
yes, definitely.
Which I expected seeing Ty Dolla $ign on there. I will say, even though like I don't like mind her like on that type of instrumental, I think seeing him on it, which probably like made me not like it as much, because he gives me the ick because of that whole Kanye thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is this would have come out way before that.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't like factor that in, but like, you know, I kind of do.
Well, what I also felt from this song is it's like it's not a woe is me. Like, oh, woe is me, he's not there anymore. It's like, you know what? Gotta move on. Gotta do what I gotta do and not look back. So that was what I really liked. And I did like Ty Dolla $ign's
yeah, he has a great voice. I liked
really
him up until the whole Vultures thing. But anyway, so that's Dream Girl. And then the last song we picked, or that my mom picked, is Days.
Which he also didn't expect.
I believe that's the final song on the album.
I believe it is,
Yeah, so I'll let you talk about that.
So now we're going back to what Joe was talking about before, Days is actually talking about a toxic relationship, so obviously whatever this relationship was, but about growing and finding a better version of yourself. So again, similar to Dream Girl, but in this one it's looking at it from a different perspective. What I like about this song is that it acknowledged, this is what I really liked. So in the song, she acknowledges that she was part of the problem. So, you know, a lot of times we'll listen, it was always like, oh, she did me bad, he did me bad, and all that. But in this one, she's like, I was part of the problem. That's why this relationship didn't work out. And I respected that part of this song. It encourages walking away from relationships that are no longer healthy for you. Difficult to do. Easy to say, difficult to do. Her vocals and tone represent how someone feels after walking away from a difficult relationship and trying to find peace with yourself. So lyrically, she's talking about images like, you weren't a part of me, what did I lose? I ran a mile away, what did I lose? Nothing inside of me leads me back to you. You said goodbye to me, what did I lose? And then she's like, waking up, my eyes are open, the door to the past is closing. Waking up, my eyes are open, the door to the past is closing. So she's like, you know, it's good ending song.
Yeah.
Obviously. She's like, it's done.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that was a pretty good closer because it's like kind of has like a soft like it has like a feeling of like for me, like when the album like stops, it's kind of like it like floats away. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
The instrumental has a very like floaty feeling. To it.
This floated away.
And like when the album like stops or whatever, it kind of like feels like it almost should keep going, but at the same time it feels like it's like done.
Right. Or even like instrumentally, like it could like instrumentally like just keep going.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're going to the theater or something to listen to the symphony, it could have just kept going, and it would have been great to listen to.
That's what I like about it. So. Those were our favorite songs from Raven Lenae'S Bird's Eye. I'll also say, speaking of that title, that's a really good album name for this.
It is. I didn't look up what it meant, unfortunately.
Well, I don't think you have to.
She's looking at it from a bird's eye view.
Yeah, exactly. Of like her perspective on everything.
There you go.
I just kind of thought of that right now, like actually like talking about the songs. You can see how it feels like a bird's eye view of like what she did.
Yeah.
Especially with that last song, how she like kind of closes it all out.
And she's admitting I was part of it, but from a bird's eye view, I'm done. Closing the door.
So as you can tell, I really enjoyed this. One thing about it is like compared to some other stuff we did, even like compared to like Giveon last week, the instrumentals kind of like go all over the place a little bit. None of them, and not like super intensely. There's nothing like intense.
Yeah,
or, like,
suddenly you got like a banger song hitting in there. Yeah.
But like it does like there's kind of like a reggae feeling. There's like a synth pop feeling, and a couple songs, like old school R&B.
Yeah. Definitely.
And there's like that Tri Dolla Sign one that has like a little bit of like an R&B trap feeling, like a modern R&B.
Yep.
And I enjoy that a lot. I said at the beginning there were a couple artists that like I thought of that I would compare her to, maybe like vocally especially, and then that song Love Me Not especially. And they were Corinne Bailey Rae.
Okay.
And like Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
And or even maybe Solange.
All right. Did we do Solange?
No.
We did do somebody a while ago.
Maybe they were compared to Solange.
No, she had that really ethereal voice. I can't remember who it was. It very much reminded me of this. I'll have to go back and think about it. But I thought of her the whole time I was listening to this album.
But Corinne Bailey Rae was especially the one that I thought of.
Okay.
And I don't know if I thought that you would recognize that artist. That's like that song Like a Star. From like,
okay. I know that song.
Yeah, that's what this reminded me of.
Okay.
And I enjoyed that a lot. So I'm really happy that like, this went viral in the way that it did. Because it's like someone who seems to have a lot of talent, and maybe now that like she she like got this like type of popularity, she can get like more like production and stuff into her
Right,
music
right.
and
She's gonna
make it
get
bigger and
more.
better
What do you
next
call
time.
more help, if you
Yeah.
would, now that she's become
yeah,
famous.
not that she needs it, but like maybe like a more features or something,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, is there anything else you would like to say about it?
I like the ethereal voice. Sometimes it was a bit too much for me, but that's because, again, I got to go back and find who that other person was, just because I like a change up in voice, like the voice, but yet Gideon was kind of the same all
Yeah.
throughout. But I really like that Ty Dolla $ign one, because it just, her vocals changed. And that, like, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I like that. Can we bring that in a little bit more? But
Yeah.
it was a beautiful album. I
Yeah.
mean, it was beautiful. The Bird's Eye View, didn't make that connection till you said it, and it's really nice. It is a nice album. Is it
Yeah.
something I would listen to again? Probably not. But she's got a beautiful voice. She does.
I feel like this is something you could put on when you're like cleaning or something.
Yeah, we talked about
It
that.
has like
You actually
that like
said that.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're not gonna go like party to, maybe the song Love Me Not, but
Right.
you're not gonna go like party to this, but
And you know, it's like if you're
It's like a
cleaning,
background
it's
album.
not. It is. It's not like something you have to be really listening to the lyrics as you're going.
No.
It's just it's a
yeah.
good listen
Although
to
it is
song.
good lyrically.
Yeah, when you do deep dive, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. It's like one of those where it's like a good like if you're like doing something, like
Mhm.
put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of like ASMR.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Never thought about that.
But anyway, so that's what we felt about Raven Lenae'S Bird's Eye. I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
And we're
East
Eastside
Side Vibes.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.